qualifying, or hot laps. Boy, oh boy, hot laps starting already, and Ryan Smith with a 16.361. You got Colby Kimbrough with a 16.503. Matthew Porter with a 16.510 in that brand new Longhorn chassis. Scott Sweeney with the 16.627. It'll be Bryce Smith. You'll also have Kyle Hardy with a 16.747. Joshua Chesney with a 16.768. And Darren Churchfield with a 17.069. So is our second round of hot laps going to be coming out here for the American All-Star Series. I believe that's going to be Joe Brown, that number 26 machine. AJ Hicks in the 64 rod. The last time I saw AJ was at Willard Speedway, that awesome racer at Willard in that SBR number 64. Trevor Sides in the PPM Racing Products number 73 machine for the Jack Frost. Going to be there as well here this afternoon. As we got a couple of other drivers. I see a number 14 machine going to start be rolling in front of me. I'm looking for that number. Sorry, there's like 44 American All-Star Series late models showing up here tonight. As I don't have any number on that. That'll be Jack Brown in that number 26 machine. Seeing a couple of other cars I'm not quite too familiar with here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. Again, $10,000 to win. I mean, this is the only place that's running the 604 late models. Couple 602 late models also in here as well, as we're going to get ready to go for our second round of hot laps. Our quick time overall will be Ryan Smith with a 16.361 at this time. You got Colby Kimbrough there with the second quick with a 16.503. It'll be Matthew Porter with a 16.510, Scott Sweeney, and Bryce Smith. Your top five going into this one, as green flag is back out here for the second round for the American All-Star Series hot laps. Hot laps continue to roll around here at the Natural Bridge Speedway for the American All-Star Series. So far, looking at a few lap times coming around, as A.J. Hicks with a 16.907, Trevor Sides with a 16.771, Norman Dudley Jr. out there, Jack Brown with a 16.470, good enough for second quick at this time. Couple of other drivers, Spencer Apple with 16.960 coming up on the boards, as Jack Brown's going to be saying he can go quick time. We'll see what he does. He will not go any faster with that 16.470. 16.470 at this time. Checkered flag waves for the second round of hot laps here for the American All-Star Series here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. So far, Ryan Smith overall, still your overall quick time in hot laps here for the American All-Star Series. Street Stocks, you'll be up next. Street Stocks hot laps, you'll be up next. So Ryan Smith, Jack Brown, and Colby Kimbrough still going to be the top three. How about Matthew Porter up there with a 16.510. You'll have Scott Sweeney out there with a 16.627. That's going to be your top five for the American All-Star Series hot laps at this time. If you guys are following along on my race pass, you can on your cell phones, your tablets, even over there at home as well for your current times, as it's all going to be Ryan Smith at this time as our third session. Like I said, 44 American All-Star Series. Great late models going to be joining in here tonight as the field is starting to come out here to play. I believe that's Jennings at number 15. I see Apple in that number 12 machine out here as well. Brayson Fulton going to be joining us here in the number 6 machine. Tyler Hoy in the number 71T. He got his actually first ever American All-Star Series win at the Mountain Motor Speedway for the first time ever in Kentucky as well. There's your current point leader, and that yellow spoiler has not gone off that car all year long. It's the 002 from the Tyler Arrington going to be joining us as we're going to get ready for more hot laps here tonight as we are rolling on with it. As the 09 on Michael Leach will be joining us, the Super Late Model driver. Leach in the 09 down on the backstretch. White flag in the air already. Looking at some of the lap times starting to roll as it's still Ryan Smith out there with a 16.361. So far, your quick time overall, Jack Brown and company as checkered flag waves. And I have no new times to show. Couple new times. Ryan Adams now is starting Brayson Fulton, fifth quick with a 16.519. As you got Tyler Arrington, second quick with a 16.381. As Ryan Smith is just 2/10 faster at this time. So far, Ryan Smith hold it down. Tyler Arrington making the way through middle of 3 and 4. Can he make it better? 1/10 of a second between him and Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith still holds here for hot laps. Michael Leach is with a 16.641, 9th quick overall. Ryan Adams with that as well. Brayson Fulton going to stay 7th quick. Tyler Hoy's going to stay 10th quick. Tyler Arrington will stay 2nd quick here at this time for your American All-Star Series hot laps. And if you guys are listening along, it's still going to be Ryan Smith with a 16.361, your hot lap so far. It'll go to Tyler Arrington with a 16.371. Jack Brown with a 16.470. Colby Kimbrough with a 16.503. Ronnie Martin Jr. with a awesome time of a 16.509. So a couple of guys got some work to do. That's for sure. Some about 2/10 off the pace. Some about 1/10 off the pace. As we have more American All-Star Series hot lap qualifying still up and rolling. I got Colton Stanley in that number 30 machine. How about the 00? That's going to be Tyler Bear going to be joining us on the front stretch. I got a 7A machine. I'm looking. I believe that's going to be Corey Allman. I see the number 17 from CVR. That's going to be Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell's got 2 wins on the series this year. He's got a couple of other big series wins as well. I think he just won $30,000 at one place over the week as well. So Hayden Cardwell is always one to watch. Shows up when the big money shows up, and indeed he does. John Regario Jr. going to be joining us in the number 44. He's fresh off his 602 win at Charlotte Speedway. We'll see anybody else I can pick off here as the scoring timing is kind of malfunctioning for me real quick. I saw Joel Jennings maybe out there on the Speedway at number 65. Indeed, he's in that number 2 machine, or 65 machine. Sorry about that. As we're going to get ready to roll here, I know Hayden Cardwell on the number 17. Me and Hayden actually used to be big iRacing guys back in the day. I was more of a broadcaster type of thing, and Cardwell was just winning everything you can see on the iRacing side of things. So it's really good to see some of the drivers from the virtual world come to the real-life world as well. As we're going to have the green flag, we're ready to go for our next session of American All-Star Series Pro Late Models as late models doing late models things. They always ignore the flagman sometimes. There's a little bit of piece of debris off of turn number 4. And it looks like we'll try this again. Thank you. So I just got word that the Street Stocks and the Pure Stock Championships have already been decided as we're rolling on with the American All-Star Series. More hot laps as Tyler Bear and company will lead them through the field. So far, the quickest time overall will be Ryan Smith with a 16.361, and Tyler Barrington is second. It'll go Jack Brown, your top 3 for hot laps at this time for the American All-Stars. Again, 44 check in here at the Natural Bridge Speedway for $10,000 to win. Justin Williams, your new quick time with a 16. Scratch that, a new quick time with a 16.286 with John Regario Jr. Last time John Regario Jr. was here, he took $10,000 to win. He's looking to double up as he's your new quick time overall with a 16.286. Great side-by-side battle and coming out with 3 and 4 for hot laps as checkered flag waves as it'll go to John Regario Jr., your new quick time with a 16.286. Checkered flag in the air for this session of hot laps, and we got a few more yet to go as the cars are going to make their way to the exit. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause for John Regario Jr., number 44, as he's your new quick time with a 16.286. Last time John McGarry Jr. was here, it was not in that same car. It was in the white number 44 where he won $10,000 the last time we saw him here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. Justin Williams in the 7W, now will be second quick with a 16.306. Ryan Smith, third quick with a 16.361. It'll be Tyler Arrington. How about the G4? Trent Ivy, fifth quick overall with a 16.410. So the times are definitely starting to get a little bit faster as a little more wear starts to get on the speedway. A little bit of slick in turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The track is really going to start to get slickened off as this should be your final round of American All-Star Series Hot Laps. Street stock action. Hot Laps for the Street Stocks. You are up next. See if I can pick somebody out here. I know that double OT of Kendall Tucker. I know he's got a sweet victory seat. That's a Chris Ferguson product, and he's from BHR 55 on that 00 machine. I see the number 10H of Stephen Harrison as he just watched, I believe, as his son out there earlier in the Mini All-Star Series. As we're ready to go, I see Travis Denning, Samuel Bryant, Austin Yarbrough, Kendall Tucker, Philip Ramirez in the number 21P, and Billy Bleacher in that number 21 as we're ready to go. Green flag in the air. Brand new car there for Philip Ramirez out of Ohio. Little slicey and dicey off of 3 and 4. They put a new carburetor on, maybe to try to get some little bit of a step onto that race car. As so far as we have time starting to make their way, nobody coming close at this time with the John Regario Jr. 16.286 at this time. Billy Bleacher 15 quick overall this time. A couple of other lap times coming up. A checkered flag is already in the air for the Hot Laps. Kendall Tucker 12th quick with a 16.594. As American All-Star Series Hot Laps are coming to a close here for the Natural Bridge Speedway. As Austin Yarbrough going to be 20th quick with a 16.704 that last lap, and that'll do it here for the American All-Star Series Hot Laps, as John Regario Jr. will be overall quick time, they say, with a 16.286. You'll have Justin Williams with a 16.306 and Ryan Smith with a 16.361. Tyler Arrington with a 16.381. And the G4, Trent Ivy with a 16.410. That'll do it for your Hot Laps. Street Stocks, you should be coming up next. Street Stocks, you should be coming up next here for your Hot Laps. While the Street Stocks should be making their way for their Hot Laps coming up next here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. We'll try to clear most of these late models off, I believe. I see Matthew Porter and company coming out on the Speedway. I see Kyle Hardy in the 67. Not exactly sure what's going on. I got on my list here. It's supposed to be Street Stock Hot Laps next. I'm slightly confused on what's going on here. I got Matthew Porter in the 19P. I got the 67 of Kyle Hardy from the West Virginia Motor Speedway. That's Chesney on the front stretch. Not exactly sure if there was something going on with scoring and timing involving these cars. I have 44 names and 44 times beside them here on the My Race Pass. I also got a time for Kyle Hardy with a 16.747 as well. So I'm not sure if they're going to give him another set of hot laps, but here we go. Maybe track conditions wasn't up to par as we're going to re-rack, and we're going to have another session of hot laps here for the American All-Star Series. So far, the time to beat will be John Regario Jr. with a 16.286. As green flag is back out here for some more hot lap action. As Matthew Porter, number 19, is working that outside shelf. He'll see the white flag. Couple times starting to come up on my board. As Matthew Porter was 16.756 at this time. He improved here a little bit, but nobody close to John Regario's time with a 16.286 at this time. Checkered flag waves here for Matthew Porter, and Ryan Smith will go 22nd quick. It'll go Matthew Porter 17 quick. You'll have Kyle Hardy 13 quick. And it'll go to Cole Kimbrough, now going to be 14 quick at this time. As checkered flag waves here for the American All-Star Series Hot Laps, and that shall be it. Street Stock should be coming up next. I got a couple other late models sitting here on the inside here. Not exactly sure if they're going to come out on the Speedway for extra hot laps or not. Race control is not telling me what is going on with that extra session of hot laps. Well, I'll tell you what, beautiful day here racing at the Natural Bridge Speedway. Racetrack's looking mighty smooth and mighty fast. Slick has already started to form in corners 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's going to be making an interesting day of racing when we should have at least 6 heats coming up here later on this afternoon for the National Anthem. As we're going to get this thing fired off and ready to go here today as we have Street Stocks getting ready to come out. We also have a live look-in over at the Facebook page over here for the Dirt Rich TV. Rich Green's over here providing us an awesome broadcast here tonight. Tyler Key's out there on the camera work here tonight. So, like I said, John McGarry Jr. with the 16.286. Justin Williams with the 16.306 is going to be your current times here as the Street Stocks are getting ready to come out on the Speedway here for their session of hot laps. So, unfortunately, we only have 8 Street Stocks here showing up here this afternoon. You have Scott Skyrus in that number 16 machine. Terry Simmons out of Millbrook, Virginia. It'll be the 81 of Jesse Murray out of Buchanan, Virginia. Trent Holmes out of Berryville, Virginia at number 97 machine. Bryce Smith in the number 41 out of Covington, Virginia. Meanwhile, it'll be Keith Herring in the Blaine of Vista, Virginia as well in that number 50 machine. I believe he's in a wagon, if I'm corrected right or wrong. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head. As you have the number 5 machine there. That's going to be Lee Herring out of Blaine of Vista, Virginia in that number 5 with that white and blue and that lime green number 5. Yes, that number 50 is in a wagon body. Trying to look at some of the other drivers here. Forgive me if I do mispronounce. I believe that 16 there is actually going roofless here tonight. Doesn't have a roof on that number 16 machine, but we do have 8 of our Street Stock competitors here this afternoon at the Natural Bridge Speedway. So from my understanding, all the Street Stock and Pure Stock division have been settled. So all champions have been crowned tonight for the Street Stocks and the Pure Stocks. So those names that I mentioned earlier, as the green flag are already crowned champions as the 81 of Jesse Murray brings the field to the green. The 97 of Trent Holmes. You'll have the number 34 C of Timmy Simmons. As Street Stocks make their way around the Speedway, the 81 ride of Jesse Murray got that line right on the bottom side, and he will get his first lap in, and it's going to be a burner, but I have no time for Jesse Murray, so maybe a transponder problem. There it goes, 18.632. Scott Cyrus and Bryce Smith and Keith Herring, Lee Herring, still yet going to be the top 5 at this time, but there's only 4 cars out there, so a little bit of scoring and timing situation going on. Checker flag waves as Jesse Murray with an 18.632, and I have no times for anybody else. Give me 1 second. So only 1 time came up there for Jesse Murray with that 16.632. I have no other time for the other competitors on the Speedway. I see a 34 with a 19.323, so more. So I see a Timmy Simmons now with a 19.323. So a little bit of scoring and timing issue going on here on the Speedway this afternoon. So I apologize for that for everybody. As more Street Stocks coming out here. Bryce Smith in the number 41 here on the front stretch. I see that number 16 here tonight is Scott Cyrus running without a roof on that car here this afternoon. There's the wagon of the 50 of Keith Herring. The 5 of Lee Herring. As I don't see the 55 of Cabre. Maybe he was in the other session as the green flag waves here for hot laps for the street stocks. So the green flag waves at the 16 of Scott Cyrus. We'll be getting that, hopefully that green flag or white flag. It looks like yellow flag has come out. As I don't know if that was checkered flag. Not exactly sure. I did not see a checkered flag. Oh, we got the 5 machine spun of Lee Herring off of turn number 2 there. So that's the cause of the yellow. I didn't even see the flagman wave the yellow flag. I was like, why is we slowing down? But, hey, it is what it is. As the number 5 of Lee Herring, going to be able to get that car back around, get it fired up, and we should be back here for more street stock action. So we're going to go green on the 41 of Mr. Bryce Smith, and he will take the green flag, and we're going to be back underway. Still looking for some times on the board here for hot laps for the street stocks. The only times that I have is an 18.6232 at this time. As green flag waves back here for the street stocks once again. So we are having some scoring and timing issues right now. I was just told by race control as hot laps are about ready to come to close. White flag in the air for the 16 of Scott Cyrus. The 50 of Mr. Keith Herring. As the number 5 of Lee Herring coming to a slow down to the front stretch. The 41 of Bryce Smith will get the checkered flag. So that should do it here for our street stocks here for hot laps. Pure Stocks, you should be ready for your hot laps again. Pure Stocks, you should be ready for your guys' hot laps. So, Pure Stock Division, we should be ready for your hot laps. I repeat, Pure Stock Division, you should be ready for your hot laps. American All-Star Series late models, you should be up ready for your qualifying. American All-Star Series, you should be ready for your guys' qualifying. So we're going to try to get the scoring and timing back up and underway as the number 38 machine will be coming out on the Speedway. I just heard they're going to check and see if the scoring and timing will be working. Unfortunately for our street stocks, we had no scoring for their hot lap session. Once again, we have a lot of track sponsors here at the Natural Bridge Speedway, plus an awesome concession stand for you guys to get underneath. As you will have Cecil B. Arthur, Thomas Clark Performance, Double Nickel Race Cars, BHR 55, Fabrication, MPM Precision Marketing, Austin Electric Construction, C&S Disposal, Coffee Exudation and Septic, W.R. Deacon and Sons Timber, Tri-State Vintage Dirt Car Series. After that, it's going to be the Fairfield Tire and Dave Reynolds, Jennings Property Solutions, LLC, Bradley Trucking, Checkered Flag Graphics and LLC, Aaron's, Cash's Parts and Repair. You'll have the SRI LaJoy, Pepsi. You also have State Insurance, Brett Hershey Agent, Raffine Medical Associates, Dr. Rob Marsh, Pitboxes.com, and Sunrise Barbecues here for your sponsors of the track, as we should be ready for a pure stock action coming up here for the Natural Bridge Speedway. After that, it's going to be in the American All-Star Series. Your qualifying should be coming up next. So once again, Austin Electric is also one of our wonderful sponsors here at the Natural Bridge Speedway, and I've just been told that Austin Electric is here this afternoon to enjoy some of the racing action here today. So again, your street Pure Stock should be coming up next here for the hot laps. Again, thank you here at the Natural Bridge Speedway of Austin Electric for coming out here and helping out with the Speedway here this afternoon. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed some new changes, we got some clay starting to form over there. You can see some trucks dumping in some new clay here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. And also, if you haven't noticed, the pit area has been renovated there a little bit to add more cars to be able to park out here. As you can see some of the haulers there as well, as our Pure Stocks are coming out here for some hot laps. Green flag is out for Pure Stock hot lapping, and we'll see if we get any scoring and timing, and I'll see if I can get any lap times now. As we have a few cars coming out here for their hot lap session. Aiden Mead so far with a 19.388. Matthew Hamilton with a 19.729. You're looking at Jacob McCormick with a 22.07. You'll have Dakota Johnson with a 23.34. And Mac Ayers with a 23.50. As checkered flag waves here for the first session of hot laps. I believe we got two more cars yet to go. American All-Star Series qualifying. You are next. American All-Star Series qualifying, you are next. Come on down. So for the Pure Stock division, as the number 29 of Dakota Johnson. By the way, everybody, that number 29 down on the backstretch, if he comes down here to the chute, everybody wish him a happy 18th birthday for that number 29 machine pulling into turn 3 and 4. Happy birthday to the 29 of Dakota Johnson, turning 18 today. So as our Pure Stocks are ready to quote unquote be ready to go, as we should have 1, 2, 3 more coming out on Speedway. Got a Scott Bloomquist type of deal going on there with that number 0 machine. Or is that going to be an 08? Not exactly sure from here, but it looks like a 0. Got a number 18 rod coming out as well. That's Caden Cunningham out of Forest, Virginia. As our hot laps here for the Pure Stocks. Again, all championships have been crowned already here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. As a green flag waves. The good old missing data. That's going to be 11 machine of Robert Tyree out of Lexington, Virginia. As you'll have Marcus Andrews and Caden Cunningham at number 18. Have another driver that's out there without a transponder on that Pure Stock. White flag waves here for hot laps as missing data, which will be the 11 ride of Robert Tyree out of Lexington, Virginia. Going to be third quick overall. Aiden Mead, your quick time at this time with a 19.388. Checkered flag in the air here for the Pure Stocks. As they're going to missing data with a 19.438 at this time. Is still Aiden Mead quick time overall for the Pure Stock division here this afternoon. American All-Star Series late models qualifying. You should be up next. I repeat, American All-Star Series qualifying. You should be up next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. 44 American All-Star Series late models, and we'll have 2 flights of qualifying. You will have double nickel qualifying, and you will have BHR qualifying as 22 per qualifying flight here tonight. Once again, if you haven't by now, K-Spring Elites walking around here for the 50-50 tickets. Make sure you grab your 50-50 tickets. They're over there in the red jerseys over there. And I believe I got a Matthew Porter number 19 door here. As I believe this is what we might do. I see them all over there by the fence line. as I might have a minute. Attention grandstands. I need the first child to come up here to get this door. You will have a Matthew Porter door. The first child over here by the concession stands, you can have this door. Somebody come up here and grab this door. The first person, first kid. She's got the door. Congratulations. Hey, we had a foot race. So she'll be taking that over to her dad and say, Dad, hang this up in my bedroom. That's going to look great in the living room. So, again, that was given away there by Matthew Porter. Matthew Porter there in the Porter service. There's a nice door, man. She's all excited. I said the first kid for that door, she got it. So, once again, I hate to say it, but this is our final American All-Star Series race of the year. And it's been a great season. I believe Tyler Arrington might be the champion. I believe he's got a 114-point lead at this time. I think all he had to do was show up, and he got the championship. So that might be the case here. We'll find out here at the end of this one. But the American All-Star Series is proud to be here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. Once again, thank the Natural Bridge Speedway for allowing us to come here to put on such a great event. While I got your moment of the time, we got a little bit of break in the action. We'll go over our partners of the American All-Star Series. Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet will be the PPM Racing Products, American Racer Tire, Dirt Ridge TV, Richard Green, hi from Virginia, while you're sitting over there doing your thing over there at your house. Cool to see you. Molly out there. Tyler Key's doing a great job, by the way, for Dirt Ridge TV. Travels all over the place. Awesome cameraman. Give him a round of applause as well. You got Molly also, Aiken Ridge Landworks and Veteran Land Management. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Bryson Fleming here tonight or Keaton Smith here on the action. So they're wonderful sponsors of the series. BHR 55 Fabrications, 801 Performance Lubricants, O'Reilly Auto Parts. You know, O'Reilly's, that one. Yeah, that's all. That's awesome auto parts there. Outside Grooves, Save a Lot Food Stores, Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhausts, VP Racing Fuels, Wheatland, ATC Bolton Fasteners, and Family, Rocky Top Family Medicine, as we're ready to go for some qualifying action here tonight. As they're already lined up in here to shoot. Looks like they're ready to go, too. So we'll go ahead and move on board with that. But our second-tier partners of the series is Burgess Motorsports Consulting, Velocity Race Cars. After that, it's going to be Hyperco, Massey Power Sports, Maximum Downforce or MD3. It'll be the ML Performance out of the Midwest. Peeping Dragon Photos, Dirt Track Racers Recovery. QA1 Shocks, Warrior Race Cars. That'll be the West Virginia Fireworks Outlet and XS Power Batteries. That's our wonderful sponsors of the series, and here we go for BHR qualifying. Already starting to line up on the front chute here tonight. 44 cars coming in here to battle it out for $10,000 a win. What would you do with $10,000 here tonight? I'd get an engine build. Alrighty, so we'll have our American All-Star Series qualifying, street stock qualifying, pure stocks, and then we'll have our prayer and national anthem here before we get to the heats, as there'll be 8-lap heats. I have a feeling with, I think it might be 5 heats of American All-Star Series for the heat action here tonight, as we're going to get through qualifying here first. It's everybody's favorite time. Who's going to be the BHR qualifying American All-Star Series quick time overall? We do know who was quick time in warm-ups, and that was John Regario Jr., fresh coming off that 6:02 win at the Charlotte Speedway. The last time the American All-Star Series had 10K to win, he won it. Not in the same car, though, either. The same car that was in the 44 that you saw at Charlotte in the 602 division, that car won $10,000 here on the front stretch. He's looking to double up this year with the American All-Star Series. So we'll see if John Regario Jr. can hold out here, as it's time to go through some qualifying here for BHR qualification. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to stand up and we're going to get this thing ready to go, as our first flight should be already there, as it's going to be Colby Kimbrough out of Fairmount, West Virginia, and BJ Mongold out of Cremora, Virginia. I'll be leading them off here today for your BHR qualifying. As we got a few other drivers yet to go. I think that's the J1 there. I believe that's going to be Mr. Jay Jackson out of Lakey, North Carolina. A lot of countries being represented, a lot of states being represented here tonight. Let's see. You have West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Pennsylvania with Lucas Adams and Matt Adams, Kentucky, Ohio, Montana for MT. Yes, no? Maybe so. But either way, qualifying is underway. So as you'll have the 3M machine of BJ Mongold and the 151 machine of Colby Kimbrough out of Fairmont, West Virginia. He'll make his way through the middle of 3 and 4 in the turn 151 machine. He will get his first set of laps. His white flag is in the air, as the 3M of BJ Mongold will be there now in turns 1 and 2, as qualifying continues on down to the backstretch, as Colby Kimbrough works that bottom shelf, checkered flag in the way. Can he set the bar? He will, with a 16.810. BJ Mongold's second lap will go to 16.967. So the 151 of Colby Kimbrough will be your quick time so far, setting the bar with a 16.810. I believe John Regario is in the 16.2 brackets for warm-ups, so we'll see if that's going to stand here. Track conditions change a little bit, a little slicker as well, as we're going to get ready to go, as John Regario Jr. at number 44, and Cole Apples will be coming out on the Speedway. So that white and red number 11 machine, that's going to be Cole Apple out of Reedsville, North Carolina. Going to get that car all fired up and wound up down to the backstretch. He does. And it'll be the 44, John Regario Jr. out of Lincoln, North Carolina. So Apple's going to make his way through the middle of 3 and 4 in the Palico number 11. He'll take the green flag. John Regario Jr. in the number 44, fastest in hot laps. We'll see if that stands here for qualifying. As Cole Apple's going to get the white flag, we'll see where he's going to land. He'll land second quick overall with a 16.882, 16.882. John Regario Jr. in the 44, hugging the bottom self. He will go, fourth quick with a 17.247. So the handling of that race car must have changed, as John Regario down to the backstretch. As it'll go to the 11 of Cole Apple, he'll go second quick with a 16.882. As a 44, John Regario Jr., quick time with a 16.419. 16.419 for BHR qualifying for your own John Regario Jr. So John Regario Jr. once again goes quick time with a 16.419. Well, we just gave his door away to some lucky young fan, as that's going to be Matthew Porter out of Austinville, Virginia, And that Porter service is number 19. Brand new car, by the way, debuted at that Charlotte Speedway. After that, right there behind him out of Marinersville, Tennessee, he is related to Kenny Chesney. It's going to be Joshua Chesney in number 5. As Matthew Porter down on the backstretch, it'll go to Chesney in number 5. And Matthew Porter works himself to the right through the slick to the outside, a little bit higher line than we saw. As we saw John McGarry Jr. work the bottom, we'll see if it works out for him. He'll go with a 17.196 for Matthew Porter. Chesney in that Chesney's Logistics number 5 machine. He'll go 5th quick there with a 17.036. Matthew Porter down on the bottom side. He'll go with a 16.905. Give it that a little 4th quick. Chesney in the CVR race cars. Chesney Logistics number 5. He'll make it so through 3 and 4. Be a 16.957. 16.957. So as BHR qualifying continues, you should have the double O out of Rockbridge, Bass, Virginia. That's going to be Tyler Bear going to be joining us in that 00 machine. And after that, it'll be the 36 machine of Darren Churchfield out of Buchanan, Virginia, in that number 36 machine. Tyler Bear, no stranger to the racing community. He's got a huge family and history here coming out of the Natural Bridge Speedway and in the tri-state area. He'll make his way right through the middle of 3 and 4. Green flag waves for Tyler Bear. Darren Churchfield at number 36. He'll also take the green flag as well out of Buchanan, Virginia, as he'll make his way on the outside shelf in turns 1 and 2. Down to the backstretch, Tyler Bear looking smooth and handsome as he's going to get a little sideways off of 4. That might hurt him a little bit. We'll see. As Tyler Bear second quick with a 16.16. 16.616 there for Tyler Bear. Darren Churchfield going to be with a 17.439 as Critchfield's going to be there with a 17.439. Tyler Bear in the 00, going to go second quick still with a 16.610. Darren Critchfield going to be with a 17.439 here for BHR qualifying. You should have Spencer Apple in that number 10 machine coming out next. And it'll be Bryce Smith out of Covington, Virginia in the number 4S machine. They'll be coming out next here for more BHR qualifying. Smith in that bright number 10 machine. You can see that number coming out down to the backstretch. That should be Spencer Apple, and you'll have Bryce Smith in that number 4S machine getting it wound up there in that blue and white machine. He'll be out of Covington, Virginia. Green flag waves here for the American All-Star Series BHR qualifying for the first flight here this afternoon as Spencer Apple's going to get that number 10 machine down to the backstretch. Meanwhile, it will be the 4S of Bryce Smith. Smith going to be there in the backstretch as well. First lap here for Spencer Apple. We'll see if he can get the quick time, and no time for Spencer Apple. Transponder problems as Bryce Smith with a 17.158. So now we got a transponder problem for the number 10 of Apple, so no time for him. That's going to be a tough break for him for qualifying. Spencer Apple's last time for the 34.588 that time around. As Bryce Smith with a 17.158 as checkered flag waves. We may have Spencer Apple as his second lap's going to roll. This one will be it, I'll say. Spencer Apple go with a 17.204 that time by. So far, John Margario Jr. still your quick time overall with a 16.419. Tyler Bear with a 16.616. Cole Kimbrough with in that 151 machine with a 16.810. We should have John Jennings in that beautiful number 65 machine with the black and white trim coming off of 3 and 4, turns 1 and 2. After that, it's going to be the 14A. Hey, he's out of my area, out of Pennsylvania. It's going to be Lucas Adams out of New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. As John Jennings out of Fairfield, Virginia, going to make his way through the middle of 3 and 4. He should see the green flag. First time here for the American All-Star Series, going to be Lucas Adams in the 14A. Jennings with a nice line right through the middle of turn 1 and 2. Lucas Adams going to try to work the bottom shelf in that number 14. As Jennings going to make his way right through the middle of 3 and 4. We'll see where he's going to land. He's got to beat a 16.419. John Jennings with a 17.452. Lucas Adams 10th quick with a 17.219. Jennings in the 65, right through the middle of turn 3 and 4. Once again, checkered flag waves. Can he do any better? We're going to find out. John Jennings with a 17.452 stays the same. And Lucas Adams with a 10th quick overall with a 17.205. All righty. Still got a long way to do for American All-Star Series qualifying here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. We're still in flight number 1. As the number 96 of Matt Adams out of Edwards, Pennsylvania. We got some Pennsylvania guys rocking in the house tonight. Let's go PA Posse, I'm just saying. So that beautiful, that's an American Rap number 96 ride. That's going to be Mr. Matt Adams out of Edwards, Pennsylvania. Going to be making his way down to the backstretch. And right there behind him will be Jack Brown, that number 26 machine out of Lexington, Virginia. Matt Adams in a Rocket XR1 chassis. I saw that as well. As you got Jack Brown going to be making his way to the bottom side. And if it's Rocket, it's Pennsylvania. If you don't know that, Rocket is Pennsylvania, mostly out of the deal. As Matt Adams going to be able to work it. I just seen Jack Brown did not appear on my screen, so maybe a transponder problem. But Matt Adams going to go 11 quick in that number 96 with a 17.279. I did not see the 26 of Jack Brown. Now he just popped up on my screen, but no time for him. Adams gets really tight out the middle of 3 and 4. As checkered flag waves to the 96 of Matt Adams. He'll go with a 17.279. Jack Brown's going to get a white flag this time around. So Jack Brown's going to go 8 quick with a 16.980. They're going to give him another lap, I believe, down to the backstretch due to scoring and timing issues, as he's going to be forced to work to the outside of the speedway. Gets a good run through the middle of 3 and 4 as Jack Brown, third quick with a 16.680. Yeah. So is Jack Brown with a 16.680, going to be third quick overall here for BHR qualifying for the American All-Star Series for flight number 1. So A.J. Hicks in that number 64 machine out of Grayson, Kentucky will be joining us here in the middle of 3 on turns 1 and 2. Last time I seen that 64 machine in a thrilling race at the Willard Speedway, man, he got the job done, man, but it was not easy in that number 64. That'll be A.J. Hicks. Right there behind him in the number 30 out of B. Colton Stanley out of Mocksville, North Carolina, here for BHR qualifying. So far as A.J. Hicks going to make his way right through the middle of turn 3, and here for the American All-Star Series gets a little bit of a bounce off of 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. It'll go to A.J. Hicks with a 9th quick with a 17.003. 17.003 there for A.J. Hicks. And you have Colton Stanley with a 17.020. That'll be good enough for 10th quick. AJ continues to work the bottom in 3 and 4 here for qualifying. Checkered flag waves. Still going to be 9th quick with that 17.003. After that, it'll be Colton Stanley with a 17.020 here for qualifying. You have the J1 of Jake Jackson out of the Glickley, North Carolina. Should be coming out next in that number J1 machine. And he should be the 002. Might be your champion here tonight. It's not official, but he is currently your point leader by 114 points over Trevor Size, I believe. Out of Honaker, Virginia, will be the 002 of Tyler Rarrington. Will be joining us here. So is Jay Jackson out of Glickley, North Carolina, now white and purple black J1 machine. As he's going to work the bottom side, he will get the green flag, and you will have the car care out of Honaker, Virginia. It's going to be the one and only Tyler Arrington wearing the PPM Racing Products spoiler, that yellow spoiler, as he is your current point leader here for the American All-Star Series. As the J1 machine of Jake Jackson goes 8 quick with a 16.966. 16.966 at the 002 of Tyler Arrington. Second quick with a 16.573. Tyler Arrington got close to John Regario's time with a 16.419. We'll see if Jackson to go 9th quick with a 16.966. Arrington, last chance to get it. Quick time for Tyler Arrington with a 16.228. 16.228 for Tyler Arrington. Woo! Rodney Martin Jr. out of Buena Vista, Virginia will be joining us here tonight in the 15JR. I believe his wife sings the national anthem here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. I believe. You'll have the 40S of Scott Sweeney out of Cross Junction, Virginia, going to be joining us as well. So we'll see if Rodney Martin Jr. or Scott Sweeney has anything for the new Quick Time Award for Tyler Merrington with a 16.228. That's a fast time. He just went 2/10 quicker than John Regario Jr. as it'll be Rodney Martin Jr. at number 15 making his way through the middle of the speedway. And, man, that slick must be pretty grippy as you'll have that number 40 machine. That's going to be Scott Sweeney out of Cross Junction, Virginia. As Martin Jr. at number 15 continues to make his way through the middle. Gets a little crossed up on the entrance of turn number 3. Seemed to be a little bit of a handle. We'll see where Martin Jr. lands. Fifth quick with a 16.725. Oh, problems with the number 40. Yes, so Scott Sweeney as he'll see the white flag. Scott Sweeney really missed the corner in 3 and 4. 18.454. As Rodney Martin Jr. number 15 right through the middle. Checkered flag waves. Rodney Martin Jr. still stays fifth quick with a 16.725. As the number 40 machine of Scott Sweeney will go better with a 17.525, good enough for 20th quick. Well, so we're going to be ready to finish things off here this afternoon for BHR qualifying. As Ryan Adams out of Madison Heights, Virginia, and Michael Leach should be joining us here in the 09. So far, Tyler Arrington, your running order is your quick time overall. Tyler Arrington with a 16.228. John Regario Jr. with a 16.419. And Tyler Bear going to be the top 3 here for BHR qualifying at this time. As I see the number 12, we got some fans. That's going to be Ryan Adams. I saw the young lady was written for him. As that number 12 machine will get the green flag. He'll be out of Madison Heights, Virginia. After that, it's going to be the Longhorn Chassis 09. That's going to be Michael Leach out of Sun River, Montana. As Ryan Adams going to make his way through the middle shelf and the white flag waves. Ryan Adams going to go 17 quick with a 17.269. Michael Leach in the Dust Paws 09. He will go with a 13 quick with a 17.005. Checkered flag waves for Ryan Adams with a 17.114. That's going to be the 09 ride. That's going to be Michael Leach, still 13 quick with a 17.005. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause for BHR Quick Time, very own Tyler Arrington with that beautiful 16.228. John Regario Jr. with a 16.419. Tyler Bear, 16.616. Jack Brown with a 16.680. Ronnie Martin Jr., 16.725. Your top 5 for BHR qualifying. So we're going to go ahead and get some of these late models off the speedway for BHR qualifying our first flight. As we're going to get ready to go here for the double nickel qualifying coming up next here for the American All-Star Series. Again, 44 American All-Star Series late models here for $10,000 to win here this afternoon. I don't know about you, but would you ask yourself, what would you do with $10,000? So once again, thank you everybody coming out here for the Natural Bridge Speedway. Once again, the concession stands are open. If you guys want anything, you have, and I say, You have chicken tenders, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, bologna burgers, hot dogs with chili and cheese, french fries, chili cheese, nachos, you name it, from lemonade, tea, Gatorade, bottles, soda, Victory Fuel, whatever you guys need here at the Natural Bridge Speedway. Make sure you get something to eat as the American All-Star Series is getting ready to go for their next hot lap qualifying session. So, with the order of events that are getting ready to come out, as we have Street Stocks qualifying coming up next and Pure Stock qualifying coming up next.